Next question. I got to think, how does the automatic stay operate if there is a lawsuit pending in another state? Good question. Think about it this way, folks. The automatic stay goes into place when an individual files a petition in the bankruptcy court. And the reason why is the filing of a petition creates an injunction. Now, the injunction's not permanent at the beginning. It's only there to stop any bad actions which could affect the bankruptcy estate. So let's say, for example, I'm thinking about filing bankruptcy. Unbeknownst to me, I used to live in Utah, and there I had a debt. I didn't pay a cell phone bill. So the creditor decides to sue me in Utah. They sue me on November 1st. November 3rd, I file bankruptcy. November 4th, they get a judgment up there that says they can come down here and serve process on me. Is that valid service on me if they serve me after I filed bankruptcy? I would say no, because that's an act or an attempt to further the collection of a debt, and therefore that action would be prohibited by me filing bankruptcy in Florida. And that's the key to the automatic stay. The stay is saying, hey, we don't want creditors continuing their debt collection practices after this one individual files bankruptcy, because one creditor may get a tactical advantage over another creditor and thereby lock up assets which would be usually available for distribution to all creditors. Say if I filed a Chapter 7 and I owned a business that was viable. Well, the trustee could sell that business, that land, that whatever, bring that money into the estate, and all the creditors share in it equally. If I'm a creditor and I get an unfair advantage, then I may be able to lock up that lot in Lehigh or that land in Texas, and that becomes subject to just my distribution. We don't allow that to happen in the bankruptcy court. So really, if you think about it, it's a very logical scheme the way the bankruptcy court has everything set up. Some things are fair to creditors, some things are unfair to the debtor. It all works out in the mix, though, to make a healthy system for dealing with people's financial issues. But we can't let one creditor get a tactical advantage over another, and that's really the gist of the automatic stay. Now, what happens? Well, if somebody chooses not to abide by the automatic stay, heck with it. I don't care if you file bankruptcy. I'm going to pursue my debt anyway. That's a huge, huge, huge mistake. And the reason why, it's a federal statute. If you intentionally violate a federal statute, there's going to be consequences to your actions. And really, those are the issues that get brought up in front of the bankruptcy court to resolve. Or there may be a state court lawsuit later, depending on what the action taken was. But the reality is that it's a federal statute, it's an injunction, and the statute clearly states you cannot take any act. It doesn't say, well, it was only service of process. It does any act, any overt act. If a creditor calls you in violation of the automatic stay and says, yeah, I know you filed bankruptcy, I'm still going to try to collect my debt. That's a willful and intentional violation of the automatic stay. I mean, anybody who knows anything about the debt collection world or maybe this much of the bankruptcy world knows the automatic stay is the automatic stay, period. There's ways to get around it. You can ask the court for permission to lift the automatic stay so you can take certain actions. Get a court order. That's the easiest way to do it. Number 2, in a Chapter 7, wait until the automatic stay expires. At the end of the case, when you get a discharge, there's no more automatic stay. There is a permanent injunction that goes on the collection of a debt, but if you're a mortgage company seeking to foreclose on just the land and not collect the debt, you can wait till the automatic stay expires. That's fine. You don't need permission from the bankruptcy court to pursue your land or pursue your in rem remedies. That's kind of Latin term meaning just go after your real estate. But as long as you're not pursuing the debtor for any money, you're perfectly eligible to do that. You just got to let the stay expire. And once it does, you're good to go. And there's no harm or foul with that, so it's not a problem.